got your own questions though, right?
Yeah. Nah, we gonna flow, and we got questions too.
Okay.
But I want them to hear all that. You know what I mean? So it's like every time that I get ready to cut a corner to start interviewing the north side,
Right.
it be like I get stuck on the south side. I go in there, hard job will pull up.
Right.
And then that open the door for Natty and Kilo and you and Scarface and Stick One and
Right.
I can't get off this something about the south side.
Yeah.
That make me wanna act bad.
The south side love is, you know what I mean? You know, but you know what that was like during that era though. But on some real shit, like the Rhinestone on Parker Road days, like.
Oh my God.
So you got to get some of those interviews from some of them niggas, like, you know what I'm saying? God. I think E-Rock know a little bit about it. The nigga
got E-Rock,
Raphael used to be out there. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit was a movie.
Bruh, do you?
Cause we used to make a slab line coming from the south and go to the north. Smitty, me, Quincy, my brother Gennaro. Man, all us, we used to just make a slab line
and ride out there.
Go ride out.
Do you remember Troy, Lil Troy, and them? They had them briefcases with them full of that damn money, man. And put it up on the bar. They didn't buy bottles back then. They bought the bar.
Say, man, that's what they, you know, and that. So capping, like they just not learning what capping is. Capping, that's what used to do, man. Pull up at the car wash and pull money out of all their pockets. Put up, I got 70,000 right here. You know, it just big capping.
Yeah,
you know,
I think capping is different now, though.
You remember the other little Larry?
Yes, come on now.
Yeah.
You
With
talking
the
about
dually.
Hickman, little Larry. Little Larry.
Yeah.
Hickman boy.
Yeah, you remember?
Yeah, of course.
So that's all they used to do. Cap, you know, pull up to the car wash. 100,000, you know, pulling money out of everywhere. They be capping.
And capping today is different. Like, oh, he capped. That's cap. You lying.
You feel what I'm saying?
You wasn't lying then. You
right,
was
you wasn't
showing
lying.
out.
You were just showing out.
They might say, well, I don't even think they say big wigging. I think it'll be more like, you know, stunting.
Yeah.
That is.
Yeah.
Capping yesterday was stunting today.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So that was, you know, changing the lingo.
For sure, but the same meaning, man. Go on, kick us in, 5. You know what it is, man. You know what it ain't, man. Right now, I got family in the building, man. Like I said before the intro, man, I done got stuck on this south side, and I just can't leave, man. I done pulled up to South Acres, man. It's going down. South Acres, man, they don't do hubcap takers, but they are a bunch of money makers, man.
In the building.
Charlie Frank's in the building.
Come on, man. We got a whole bunch of fucking history right here.
Ooh, man. Thank you, brother. Thank you for pulling up,
man.
Have you been tuned in to the one-on-one yet, man? Or you been just in and out? How you been?
I've been in and out catching stuff here and there. Of course, you know what I'm saying, the interview with Tulo, you know, that was super. It went super viral. You know what I'm saying?
You couldn't have been living.
You couldn't be living
alive and didn't see that one.
Didn't see that one. So you know what I'm saying. So of course, you know, I was Smack on the routine. So I caught the Smack. You know, that one was very controversial.
Yeah, you know that, buddy.
You know, he missed the controversy.
I don't have no rap friends behind
you. You don't got no rap friends.
Him and Triller too legit.
Yeah.
Man, these boys.
So you can't be friends.
His name Lil Fresh. I don't know where this Triller come from.
Yeah.
That Lil Fresh.
Yeah, it look like I know that from somewhere. Yeah,
you do.
Yeah.
He just done grew them dreads. He been around, man.
Yeah.
But they done took all my rap friends from me. I'm okay with it though, man, because this is a different lane and a different game. You know, what's meant for me will never leave. You know.
Yeah, square business. You know, but at the same time, you know, you got to be able to. Appropriation is key. You feel me? You know, you got to understand that this work.
Yes.
It's not personal.
Please don't take it personal.
Please don't take it personal.
I think, to be honest with you, big dog, I think it's more like because it's me, they expect me to uphold certain street rules and street guys that don't. It's not the rap game. See.
Yeah.
You can't hear TV. You gotta let everybody got their own truth, and even if it's a lie, it's their truth.
Yes.
Go ahead, man. You know, hey, we ain't holding no punches. We ain't holding nothing back, man. Talk to your brother.
You
man.
know, because at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying. I just really, I don't know. You know what I'm saying. That you know, I don't rock with fake. So it's hard for me to just sit in front of and just listen to and just rattle off a bunch of lies and not be like, man, come on, man.
No, I swear.
You know what I'm saying?
I swear.
But I feel you know, but you know, I guess I'm not really. That's why I'm not built for politics.
There you go.
I'm not built for politics.
And this is a game that I had to learn and see. With that, it's not about sitting up letting the nigga lie to you and rattle off and da. It's about they story is they story.
They story is they story. I can dig.
A motherfucker lie so much, and we know we done been part of this. Me and you did the same time in the penitentiary.
Yeah.
Me and you went to the same unit.
Right.
You did day for day with me.
Right.
But certain parts of them days is gonna be different because it's coming out of my mouth. And then certain days gonna be different because it's coming out of your mouth.
Right.
Then when these bros tell, for the first 8 minutes, we can't do a bunch of curses, you know what I mean? So that's why I'm minimizing that. But the thing is, what they'll do is tell the lie to somebody else so much that they start believing it. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And I be like, Jarvis came up here, he got the, I ain't saying my brother lying, but he got the story, how he been telling it, and forgot I was there too.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, Hard, you know, one thing about Hard might be, Hard is, he unstable a little, but one thing about Hard, he ain't just no liar though.
No.
My whole life I've been knowing him. He ain't never, he ain't never been no liar.
We can say he a lot of things.
You can say a lot of things.
And that's why I say the story varies with how long. You got to think. We talking about 30-year-old.
Right.
I put on there, had to let people know, hey man, this been my brother still, but he had the air out 30-year-old grievances he had with Mike D. And then don't forget, I got it vice versa. Let me put the mirror in front of me. I didn't told it how I didn't told it for 30 years also.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So but that was good to be able to sit down and let the world get a taste of it. Right. I mean? It's great content though.
Yeah. But you know, y'all kind of just like men, you know what I'm saying? Met in the middle.
There you go.
I'm right on. You feel me?
I'm gonna let that be we gonna agree to disagree.
You feel me?
You feel me? How you say it, did I say it right? We gonna agree to disagree.
You feel me?
And call it that.
And call it that and leave it at that. You feel me? So yeah, but it was funny though. It was very it was entertaining. You feel me? Yeah.
Might have been one of the best ones.
No, it was very entertaining.
It was very real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We had to cover a few things up, you know, because it might have still hung up under the statutory. But, and I think that's the problem with, like, that's why, you know, I've been waiting on you for a minute, and I know what you said is the truth. I know it's not, man, I ain't coming to see Mike for that. It's just let him get it together, because I don't know what I can talk about and what I can't talk about. Anything we talk about here is clear through Carl Moore.
Right.
We send him the clips for anybody. Lawyer, hey, check it out.
Right.
That way he can tell us,
I don't want to touch that. Yeah.
You don't want to do that one.
Right.
You don't want to speak on that.
Yeah.
So we've done that enough to now I don't have to send everything to him. I can just say, oh, okay, according to these guidelines, because as long as you ain't talking about a hat, and as long as you ain't talking about something that's currently going on,
right,
you Gucci man LaFleur. That's why the New York can tell they greats, LA can talk about their greats,
right,
and Detroit can talk about theirs. We haven't spoke on our greats. I get derailed here and there, but this was created. Me and Five and got it. We sat down to create this for the history of Houston, getting the history right.
Okay.
I want to be a star. I'm already that.
Right.
This is to make sure your story correct.
Right.
You don't tell it, they're gonna tell it 10 years from now, but they're not gonna get it right, Frank.
That's 100% correct. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of times when people try to tell the Houston story, they leave the whole SA FOOLZ story out the story. And you can't tell the Houston story without the SA FOOLZ. It's impossible.
Now just imagine who we not thinking about that feel the same way.
You feel me?
And it's a lot of that. Biden don't get the credit it's supposed to get.
You know what I'm saying?
Sunnyside definitely don't get the credit.
Definitely don't get the credit they deserve. You feel what I'm saying? And so that's why it's, when you wanted to bring me on, I was like, this is very important because this is the untold stories. So when you start talking about the Toasts and you start talking about the Dialins and the, you know what I mean? It's just Q-Dogs.
Quan before the X.
Floyd. And
Floyd.
You feel what I'm saying? And, I represent so many real people. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because I all of them, I grew up with all of them, you know what I'm saying?
Man,
from Poopy to
OG Fat Pat.
Yeah, OG Fat Pat. Crazy man.
Come on, man.
You feel what I'm saying? Damn fool.
Hillman.
You know what I mean? And so I grew up with all these niggas, and we all rode together. You feel what I'm saying? And we all fucked around. And that was the thing, like what you was talking about, like with North Side, South Side. When we was coming up, how we shoot the six and we talk shit about each other. Well, that's the relationship with South Side niggas and North Side niggas. That's the way it was. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Nigga cap on you, you doing some country shit, or nigga say you doing some flaky shit. We capping. Like same shit.
Mm-hmm.
You
Shoot
feel
the six.
Exactly.
I ain't heard that in so long.
You feel what I'm saying?
But this is why I love this show, man.
You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is, it's just real niggas fuck with real niggas wherever real niggas is at. I don't care if there's real niggas in the trade, real niggas in the third, real niggas. The real niggas gonna fuck with the real niggas.
How true is it that before when the slab was being created, before the North and South beef really kicked off, how true is it that boys from the South Side used to really carve North Side in the cars and spray paint North Side on the cars to make you think that the North Side did it?
Yeah.
Does that have a whole any truth to it?
Yeah, no, that's definitely true.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? Misdirection.
You
know what I'm saying?
Because how did they know where we were at all the time? We was hotel hiding. We had the Drury in, Shoney's in, Residence in, and then all of a sudden Corey Blunt caught on.
At the end of the day, it's a small world. You know what I'm saying? But like, so niggas, you know how it is, man. When you on the slab and you out there, niggas have you on their radar. You feel me? Oh, yeah, we got to get him. You feel what I'm saying? So you'll be surprised who watching you or who making a phone call. They see you somewhere. Man, I just seen that boy just pull up in here. Yeah, he in the room with a little old bro. And you'd be surprised.
Yeah, because we all did the same things.
Yeah. And the Rosewood niggas, they took it to a whole new level. Them niggas start buying records. Snatching nigga shit up.
I got Alvin coming on here too, so please speak on Rosewood.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah. So they took the shit to a whole nother level. You feel me? But back in the day, even before then, cranking, that shit was it was an art, and it was like it's a movie. Right. You feel what I'm saying?
Let's go back to the cranking, because that's the
cranking era.
Before the dope game, before screwed up click, before elbows.
Yeah.
The reason
niggas were putting their whole car together through cranking.
And describe cranking for the ones that was born in 1990, 2000. They even got 2,000 people that matter. Damn Mike born, he 1920. Sucker was born 2006. We old, man.
Well, cranking is like this here, you know what I'm saying? You had in the 70s, niggas used to hot wire cars, you know what I'm saying? And they get the positive and negative, crank the car, then, break the steering wheel column and roll with it. Well, they started making it where on the steering column, the column was plastic. So you could really just hit it with the screwdriver like one time, pop, and pop it and get the pin and crank the car. You feel what I'm saying? So you could do that in like 2 seconds.
Yeah, I was gonna say, what's the fastest crank you ever seen? From the Wonder, because it starts from the Wonder to because that's what we used to time with Michael Thiers and Jacob Black.
Well, when you start with getting the Wonder, starting at the Wonder, getting in the car.
Reverse.
Yeah. Man, probably, I don't know, probably about 8 seconds or some shit like that.
I know it.
You feel what I'm saying?
And because gone in 60 seconds is a
That's
bigger
a
speech.
long time.
You dead in
Yeah,
60
you done.
seconds. Because them cars straight by the window.
Yeah.
Boys ain't got safe car alarm. Because
Yeah.
let's not forget you got to kill the alarm. And we can't forget about that. We're going to get into it. But, Michael Jermaine is one of the coldest crankers I
You
ever
remember
seen.
Michael Jermaine?
Michael Jermaine was just on the show with us the other day. He was I just had him on the phone.
Legendary. I'm talking about niggas that were legendary.
Legendary crankers. Let's go to the legendary crankers.
My nigga Miguel Adams, Andre Adams. You remember Miguel? Andre? You feel what I'm saying?
What's my boy?
My nigga Curtis Spriggs. He R.I.P. Curtis Spriggs. My nigga Freaky Bill. My nigga Richie Hansby. You know what I'm saying? Over there in the Nathan Law, Richard Hansby. I'm talking about these niggas. You remember Troy Shorter?
Yes.
You remember Troy Shorter?
Man.
You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about legendary, man. I'm talking about niggas.
I'm a true Southside.
Yeah.
I'm
true.
a third ward to the bone, but man, I got Sunnyside ties.
Yeah.
Troy had me in South Park, you know what I mean?
So
Face had me over there with y'all in the acres.
You feel me?
They can't miss me, man.
No, yeah. No, you was like a sponge.
Accepted.
Yeah, you was ready. You just like a wide-eyed, just ready to suck up the game, man.
Yeah,
You feel me?
I come in the middle like these boys like to say the rappers are, like you say, like they came in the middle of the, you got the old school, new school, and then you got people like Propane and, those people in the middle.
Right.
I came before, if I'd have been born 2 years early, I'd have been smoking Mo's.
Yeah, with amp glasses, with 97 rock stickers on the side.
On the motherfucker.
You feel what I'm saying?
That being in 74 and not 72, being born in 74
that 2 years made a huge difference.
Made a difference because a lot of our big timers came from the crank game to the brick game on Mo's.
Yeah, square business. Well, that was like the introduction. You know what I'm saying? Like, so pre-Mo's and shit, niggas like it was just experimenting. Mm-hmm. You feel me? Because cocaine was always a rich man's high. You know what I'm saying? And so when cheap drugs finally made it to the neighborhood, you had the, fresh off the 70s era, that's what it was, sex and drugs. You feel what I'm saying?
Big time.
Big time.
With no fear of AIDS.
With no fear of AIDS and shit like that. So,
Just gonorrhea, y'all.
Yeah, just gonorrhea. So cocaine was just like a recreational drug. You feel me? And so motherfuckers started, but it was freebase that was more intense than, snorting cocaine. Mm-hmm. And so when
or smoking Mo's.
So when freebase came through, that's when you started to see people, become what they call crackhead, dope fiend, that shit.
It happened fast.
It happened real fast. You feel me?
Before we go there, I don't mean to cut you off. I want to go back to the cranking. How were they making a living off of that though? Like, what was the crank game was like the early dope game, right?
Yeah. So it was a lot of different ways that nigga make money off that shit. It's like, so like if you know somebody who trying to put a car together and they don't crank, well, we'll go out and get you. You say you want what kind of motor? You want the 350 Chevy motor for your shit, and you want PMDs, you want the Ricks, you know what I'm saying? And so you put your order in, you feel me? And so you go through the neighborhood and you find the niggas that want certain shit, and they put their order in and you go get it. You want some super lights, you want them Bob Gliddens, you feel me? So you put your order in and then niggas going out and go get them.
I'm talking about
you feel me?
Next day, 30s,
right, and
stop signs.
So then it went from that, then like you say, the Post, they started just, they was buying whatever you could bring. It wasn't even no.
What's the Post?
The Post was like a wheel shop.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? But, they buy car
parts and all that. So did they always start out buying car parts, or it was just a straight wheel shop?
It was just really wheel shop. So
Troy used to work at one.
Exactly. So you go in that motherfucker and like tires and different shit like that. Of course, like if you go to a tire shop right now and you got some fresh tires that you want to sell, And those tires on the market are going for like 500, 600.
They buying.
But I give you 250. You give me 250 for these, and they really damn near brand new.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying? And so, yeah, so it was like shit like
How
that.
to get that money back then, that pose, yeah. Cranking cars was it.
Oh man, cranking cars was off chain. Nigga walking around with a big screwdriver in his back pocket. Everywhere he go, nigga got a big screwdriver in his back pocket.
Taking the Cadillac emblems off the Cadillac cars.
Man, we had a wreck in Louisiana, man. It just so happened we had the screwdriver. We would pop something
and kept going.
Come on back to the crib. Square bit.
You left in the see, for you young guys, yeah. We talking about, that would be like we said, strikers.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because back then the police didn't have a computer to go up there and type it up and say license plate this, that, and the third.
Yeah.
Man, you lying to have a hot shot for 2 months, 3 months. I know niggas was there with their car.
For real.
Got a towel wrapped around it.
Nah, for real, you feel? They got a.
You got the Cadillac emblem with a fake key on. You got your house key. You got the house key on the Cadillac emblem on the end. This was your car key.
Then you see a nigga, you be like, nigga, you still in this car? Nigga, you ain't got out this hot ass car yet. Nigga
you can do that.
Yeah. You can do it back then.
You can do that.
Yeah, because the computers wasn't as advanced in the police cars back then.
You good.
Yeah.
They had to call the station. They had to do this here. CB it in.
Right. Yeah.
And
then
they run the license plate back.
Then they could tell you if the car was on the hot sheet.
He know all about it.
Yeah, if the car was on the hot sheet, 5.
Yeah, it'd be on, 5 motherfuckers. They think 5 is sweet, innocent.
Yeah.
I'm gonna quit. I'm gonna make 5 get up here and tell certain stories he got too.
Boy, that cranking shit was crazy. But my partner Richard Husband, man, you know, the police killed him in a police chase on some cranking shit.
Damn.
Square business.
What happened?
They went and got a L-Dog, you know what I'm saying? And he got in a high-speed chase on the freeway, going parallel, wasn't even parallel yet, you know what I'm saying? And man, he went on a high-speed chase and he took him down 288, and I think he was coming up the other side of 288, if I ain't mistaken. And they say they were shooting at the wheels. But the bullets was in the door and shit. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
And they so.
Yeah.
We always been a target.
Yeah. It's so many stories like that, man. I ain't gonna lie, man. From like that era. You know what I mean? Like that shit was dangerous, bruh.
It wasn't easy.
Nah, it wasn't easy.
But it was so fun to us, man. Because, see, you got to remember that 2 years also had it where I wasn't all the way driving yet. I learned how to drive in stolen cars.
Yeah, that's how I learned how to drive.
So I was the lookout.
Yeah.
So when Mike and Michael Jermaine and Big Nose Jacob and all these boys, we going on a mission, right?
Right.
I'm on the corner. 12 and we was on the dope corner. So I'm the lookout making sure ain't nobody coming out that house.
You had the pistol?
Like the 38, hot 38 and the 25, because there wasn't no big calibers back then. Or a ratchet in my hand or something. A lot of times we ain't have guns when we went.
Yeah.
Real talk, it wasn't that time yet.
So let me ask you this here. That time Michael Jermaine, did he steal the limo? Or did he break in the limo? He stole the limo.
Stole the whole limo. We just talked about that.
And the motherfucker had all the money and shit in it.
They had money. We just told this story. Then we just had Troy and A&M. You remember my rap group, A&M, the first one. We had Mike on the phone, and I was like, Mike, where the hell y'all got all that money from, drying it all over the house? I walk in, Mr. B and Miss B, they got the whole high. Mr. B, he the coldest. The Parker brothers, we call him, they daddy.
Yeah.
He done sawed into the safe. Him and Jonathan Riley then plaqued Big K for the limousine.
Yeah.
The gambling shack man had the safe in the back, man. So they didn't got for the 30s. They plaqued it for the 30s. So they didn't hit for the safe, got the safe, got the safe up in there. They had 200,000-300,000 in there, 15, 16
right.
years old,
That's
man.
right.
That shit legendary.
Damn
Five.
so
If
right.
it
Yeah, that was a legendary league.
If you thought, I know you never second guess nothing I tell you, but if you thought had any second guess on what part of it was cap, none of it.
You know, one of my partners on the north side, they cranked a Toyota S10. Motherfucker had 200 bricks in it.
Damn.
Square piece.
What about them boys that hit for that U-Haul?
You remember?
Remember that U-Haul had 300-400 of them in
Yeah.
there? Oh my God.
Yeah.
Bro. These real stories,
Nah,
y'all.
this real
I'm talking
story,
about
yeah,
this
no,
facts.
square business.
I heard about that one with the 200,
Yeah.
but money was like growing on trees. So
Oh, yeah.
we leave the cranking game, and now we into the early dope game.
Dope game era.
Take us through that, man. Like when crack hit, when Eazy-E said he had the 8-ball rolling.
Man, like the beginning of the cocaine era, man, like everybody couldn't get it. Ounces was like 17, 1800, 2200. Like everybody couldn't get it. You feel me? Like you had old school motherfucker, R.I.P. Old Man Torch. He old than motherfucker.
Torch.
You remember Old Man Torch?
Man, yeah.
You know, so a lot of them old guys like that, man. So from what I seen in the, you know, like in the beginning phases, like everybody couldn't get it. And like you say, like some people was on moles and shit, and they got off moles and they started hustling, right? And now this how crazy the game was. The game was so wide open, it wasn't no task force. There was no task force.
They didn't even know what we were doing.
They didn't even know what it was. They didn't know what you was doing. Like, you know, I know cats, they had, you know, trap houses set up like Atlanta think they invented the word trap. We were saying trap way early in the 80s because the way you had to set the house up is you had to set the trap doors up. You feel what I'm saying? You had to barricade the doors and shit. You feel what I'm saying? Yeah, because you didn't, motherfucker, we'll rob you.
You don't even know who's serving you.
Exactly. You don't even.
The Jamaicans came up with that shit on Mallow with the slide door, the metal
Dixie.
slide door on Dixie and over there in the trade. You know what I mean? With those, them people that over there in the circle. And they came with the slide door. So the heroin houses turned to crack houses.
Yeah.
Man. But we first started off short stopping in front of the heroin houses. I know we did in Third Ward. Big Tim them on Live Oak and Dial, and we be short stopping. Angelo, Doc, and all them.
Yeah.
They give you the work, and then we short stopping, and then they run us off for short stopping.
Yeah. But so the thing is like you set up a house back then, and you just had free reign to sell dope. Oh, now what the police used to do, the police used to come up there and hit on the windows and shit real hard. They'll come up there with the flare like, bam, 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 bam.
Yeah,
we know you're there because they couldn't just run in your house. This was before no knock, you know, kicking in doors and shit.
Come on, man.
So they was like vampires.
Yeah.
You feel me? Like if you got the garlic and the salt, there's a line they couldn't cross.
Facts.
You feel what I'm saying?
The case getting beat.
But see, and then when they started the war on drugs,
that's when it came.
That's when they started to be able to surveillance your house,
also,
get the warrants, and kick in your doors and shit.
Also, running from them and running into the trap houses, it gave them the
green light, the proper cause to come in.
Follow who, and then when they start coming in and seeing these youngsters with piles of $10 bills and $5 bills, because we literally would have a bucket full of money each shift.
Right.
I'm talking about, you boys talking about the whip game and coming up. I'm talking about, man, we worked 10 off 100, my nigga. If you don't know nothing about 10 off 100 and 20 off 100 on the weekend, don't even talk to me. And I'm still coming to school the next day with a bank that'll choke an elephant.
Yeah. Nah, it was you know, it was a trip. You know what I mean? Just watching the different transitions of how that shit turned into
what it became.
You know what I'm saying? Like it actually did turn into a complete drug war. Like the whole criminalization of the whole black community, and it was criminalized in this way. Like your mama and your grandmother now, houses was getting ran into. Your mom and your grandmother, your grandfather and them was drug suspects by just being in a drug-infested area. You know what I'm saying? That type shit.
Do you remember the first time City Under Siege announced that they couldn't do nothing to the teenagers? They had to, mama just to come pick you up and just roll out.
Yeah.
That's what started getting the young G's to hustle and take the cases. And we went further than that. We started taking the murder cases. Then we just both have been taking the dope cases.
Right.
We taking the gun case, the murder case. Right. Anything the OG said do, we did it.
Well, the thing is like, you know, I guess for, you know, which they probably knew that young people understood more than what they thought they understood. And young cats understood that. Like, oh, what? I got a get out of jail free card?
That's what we thought it was.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, so all you do is you hustle, you get caught up, your mama come get you. You get caught in a stolen car or something, you know what I'm saying?
Your mama come get you.
Your mama come get you.
Till you get on probation. Then that probation turns into a vacation.
Yeah.
And you end up in Giddens or state school or something like that. After 100 different tries, though. That's what's so cold about it.
Right.
And I remember when it was said, man, we was at the Green, hustling in the Green apartments over there on Scott, over there by T&H and
okay, yeah, I know what you're talking about, yeah.
Right there.
Yeah.
Man, we ran out that thing, me and Sherman and Gid D and Birdley, and they done told us, man, we good,
yeah.
man. We thought we was really getting out of jail. Like,
right.
you know, you still gotta go to jail, but then we held it down.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So that just kind of messed us up, bro. It kind of took us from having some little extra Jordan money to thinking that, oh, well, this is a career.
Yeah. Yeah, see, that's the thing. See, one thing about it is you do understand, like, they really was playing, you play on a motherfucker ignorance. Like, when you ignorant to the financial game and different shit like that, you gonna keep $100,000, $200,000 in the attic. You gonna keep money under the mattress. You gonna keep money in the wall because you don't know no better
at all.
You feel what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, I guess the system, the white man or whatever, however you wanna say it, they knew motherfuckers didn't have financial literacy. They knew motherfuckers didn't know to put this shit in offshore accounts or put this shit in some stocks and
anything.
Shit.
Buy some real estate.
Right.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? And so we watched guys, that was in the game in the early 90s, we seen motherfuckers get popped with $500,000 in the attic.
Easy.
$1 million in the attic, shit like that. You know what I'm saying?
I think they became addicted to getting that free money as well because I know for a fact that the money is what encouraged them to keep coming at us at the rate they was coming because, like you say, you walk in this house, you get $100,000 out this one. You kick the house across the street, you get $200,000. I was riding through the neighborhood the other day in these back streets, and I said, I remember a time where you could have pointed at any one of these houses, and for sure it was a brick or two in each one.
Come on now. You feel me? I'm talking about, I remember, we could ride down these streets, Western and shit. So it's like everybody in the neighborhood outside on the corner selling dope. You feel me? And so I guess just saying that to say, watching the lack of financial understanding and have financial intelligence, watching that from the game in the 80s to the game in the 90s to watching rappers.
And I'm going now. Do you think that same financial illiteracy is going on today with the rappers? Because this they free money. This they era of our dope era.
You feel me? And the stripper chicks, because the stripper game is just like the dope game for bitches. You feel what I'm saying? So they just in there getting easy money, but they don't know what to do with the money. You feel me? So they gonna be just like the dope dealers in the 80s that was getting the money and keeping it in crazy places, losing $300, $400, $500 here because you don't know how to facilitate the money. You feel what I'm saying? And so we looking at hip hop artists crash. You know what I'm saying? We watching niggas crash left and right. You know what I'm saying? Losing millions of dollars. You know what I'm saying?
They don't have to lose if they knew better.
That they don't have to lose if they knew better. We looking at the young thugs, the YFL Lucci's and shit, and we guilty of it.
Mm-hmm.
Because
you know we are.
Because guess what? We supposed to own property in Third Ward. We supposed to have us a little piece of property in Sunnyside, and we supposed to have us some kind of business or something set up that where we done made good on our money, and we done but you know, when you don't have that teaching, you ain't got that education.
There's no way to win. Do you remember those signs that used to be up? Don't sell Third Ward. All over the hood, they would have it. Us not understanding that we had the boardwalk of the monopoly game.
Come on now, we got
downtown.
You feel me? We got the boardwalk.
Yeah, we got.
We didn't understand.
Yeah, what we had.
The significance of what you had. Like Third Ward is.
Fourth Ward is no
Fourth
longer
Ward. You feel what I'm saying?
Fifth Ward even.
Yeah. So that's the thing.
Second Ward.
Like when you don't know your value, you know what I'm saying? Somebody will sell you short. You'll sell yourself short. Real short.
Imagine a person that listened to their great-great-grandma and didn't sell the house or the property, what they get now, because you take that same property, like this one was just one house, but now you got 2-3 different duplexes on that 1 square feet.
On, man.
The equity. Think about growing up, not out.
Think about the equity. Cause like those houses back then when like grandma and them was buying them, they was like 25, 30,000. Now these houses worth 300,000.
More.
And more. You feel what I'm saying?
All you have to do is go look at any house that you're looking at. When you go back and pull the house up, pull up the year was purchased, the year was built.
Right.
It'll blow your mind. 60,000 for a mansion.
Yeah.
They cost $6 million today.
You feel me? Yeah. You feel what I'm saying? So
dirt better than diamonds.
Dirt better than diamonds. Come on now.
Thanks.
See, but that you got to think about it. When during, after slavery, and when black people, trying to reconstruct, getting back on their feet, the thing black people wanted was land.
40 acres and a mule.
They wanted land because they knew everything come from the land. And they knew how to till the land. You feel what I'm saying?
40 acres and a mule.
40 acres and a mule. So
you be like, what you need with the mule?
Yeah, you feel what I'm saying?
Know what to do with
the mule gonna till the land. You feel what I'm saying?
I remember times, man.
That land gonna turn you over $1 million a million times.
I remember going to my cousin's house in Acres Home, and they having corn and greens and
remember
tomatoes.
That? The fruit stands,
actually in the yard.
Oh yeah.
Mama growing this, grandma growing this. Even in Third Ward, man, my grandma on St. Charles, man, she had a whole section, and it wasn't big as like in the country, but it was enough to make sure we never bought tomatoes, we never bought certain things, whatever she grew, okra, the quick grow. There was a lot of peas. I remember shucking them peas on the porch.
Yeah. That's crazy, you know what I'm saying? Because it's like that's a whole lost aspect of black culture. Like, we remember growing up and mom and them having little gardens and vegetables and plums and fig trees and lemons. Like, man, you don't see that at all no more.
Imagine what they was growing in L.A. though. Good as that soil.
You feel what I'm saying?
They still got orange trees out there.
You feel me?
And they remember might have an orange tree, a plum tree, pecan tree. See, we had pecan trees and shit like that, but wasn't no such thing going to the store getting no snack. Boy, you better go pull some of that shit off them trees. That was actually fun to sneak in somebody's yard with a bucket and steal their shit.
Yeah, and you used to, you could ask the neighbors, man. They'd say, yeah, go on get you some pecans and get you different, man. These kids don't pick berries or none of that no more.
Berries,
we used to go, you remember,
put some sugar on
go pick berries. You feel
That was the snack.
You feel what I'm saying?
That was the snack.
So that's like a loss. That's all.
That's gone. And hydrant water on the side of the
Hydrant
house.
water, like that's all dead.
Yeah, I wouldn't dare.
I wouldn't dare.
Wouldn't dare.
Yeah.
But you got to think,
Fluoride.
nothing was wrong with us back then.
Yeah.
But look at the water that's in Detroit and where they Flint, is it the Flint got the worst water problem?
Yeah.
Mississippi too, bro.
And
That's
see,
crazy.
It's just crazy because, we watched this whole country, this whole shit just changed, right? And so, people, protesting about Democrat or Republican and shit like that, man, everything fucked up. You getting overcharged for insurance, your food fucked, you know what I mean? You can go down medical, it's just what, come on, man, you getting shafted. Taxes, they want 40, 50% of what your gross income was when you pay your taxes.
Facts.
Now, in the streets where we come from, if we do that, that's called pimping or extortion. If I tell you, you got to give me 50% of what you make, and if you don't make it, I'm going to come take everything you got, that's extortion.
Man, look at here, man, boy.
Okay.
It get deep,
I'm just
man.
saying, you feel what I'm saying?
It get deep.
Right,
I just hope that somebody listening hear us and understand that tax-free money you got, man, turn it into something that pays taxes.
Yeah.
Once you pay taxes, you're allowed to own whatever you want in this world.
Right.
I seen Lil Z in that dope. I thought that was the coolest thing ever. He was with Wallow, and he was showing how he already buying land and houses and flipping his money. And so it's some that's taking the OG talking, you can tell they around something.
Right.
Because you got to take that money and you got to make sure. Because just because you're not doing nothing illegal, but it's illegal not to pay taxes, to run around getting this show money and feature money at the alarming rates you getting it, and you swinging money phones everywhere. Yeah. Bruh, nowadays they can asset you off what you showing.
Right.
They can audit you, off what you showing.
Well, you got to think, you know what I'm saying? They have hip-hop police. They have online surveillance just for that, to watch people do that, you know what I'm saying? And so that's the thing about it, so we grew up with the mindset that cash is king. Mm-hmm. That was the dumbest thing you could ever, that was the dumbest idea ever, you know what I'm saying? Because really, the whole idea is to leverage your cash and use it for loans and credit. You feel what I'm saying? And when you do that, then you're able to keep your cash safe.
Just like
your money is protected.
And you should have gold and cash tucked.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's the thing, so these are the type of teachings that we have to have, you know what I'm saying? Like me and my partner was talking, he was like, man, you can't Jesus your way out of everything. You got to have some conversations about finances, about real life history, you know what I'm saying, about how to deal with certain social issues and stuff. Like, you got to have those conversations. And where do we have time to have those conversations?
Well, luckily it's podcasts like this one and what we got, because we just got to get y'all attention. Now, this the stuff you finna be learning and knowing back. Right. We got to get your attention so we can teach you something. Give them a little, you know how you do it.
Put you up on game.
Put a little sweetening on that medicine, and then you take it right on down like it ain't nothing.
Man, because and guess what? If you don't know the game, guess what? They'll play in your face.
Man, bro, let's take a dive right quick and get to this. Okay, we left at the post. Let's go to the slab, man. What was your recollection of the first person that you seen riding 84s?
The first?
Or 83s. Let's just say swingers. We don't even say 30s and vogue. We're going to say 83s. Well, because this is a big debate. And I just tell people, I say it's really your point of view, because my person was Troy.
What was the
who I seen, who was the first one on the slab with the swingers? Who was the...
I would have to say Floyd for me.
A lot of people say Floyd.
I have to say Floyd because Floyd, back in our area, Floyd was like one of the first cats that was holding. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about the full package. I'm talking about everything. You know, knocking, teasing. He had Floyd shit was so live. He had the T-top and the Hollywood, because he had the T-top, but you could take the T out and it was a Hollywood.
Make it a straight.
Damn. Yeah, Floyd shit was nasty.
So, and for y'all that don't know, y'all might have heard of Surround by Sound.
Yeah, Surround by Sound. Yeah.
This the Floyd. This is the owner of Surround by Sound. So for you to sit here, you see I sit straight up. I ain't know the boy had a T-top. I ain't know you could take a T-top and make it into a Hollywood.
His was like that. His was like that. He had his set up to where you could take the middle bar out and it'll be a Hollywood. Yeah. So it was T-tops, and then when he take the T's off, if he want to, he could just take the bar out. And it's a Hollywood.
It's a whole Hollywood. Yeah. That's crazy.
Yeah, Floyd shit was crazy.
And you talking to God like them boys.
You
like
feel me?
The car ain't got no roof.
Yeah, car ain't got no roof. Yeah, so.
What was the first car? What car did he have? What kind of car was this?
That was the Regal.
Okay.
Yeah,
what color was it?
First it was like a brownish. Then he painted it like midnight blue. It was like a blue.
Like the one Smitty had? But that was Cutlass
Smitty had a Cutlass.
Right. Yeah. With the brown rag on
yeah.
Thing was nasty.
Yeah.
Ooh, boy.
See, you know, back then boys were putting them cars together from cranking.
Yeah, that was the thing.
Yeah, you go get the insides, you feel me? You had Facto Bacon. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
What made y'all start Surround by Sound? What made that come about, holding, really just having somewhere to go?
Most people don't know Floyd used to work in customizing. He used to work with, you don't remember Rick and...
Colombian Rick?
No, Rick and, damn, man, what's my boy name? Used to have audio fabricators.
Oh, you talking about on the southwest out the freeway there by Rolo's?
Right there for 610.
They used to do the radios and shit.
Yeah, Rick and
I know you're talking about.
So Floyd used to do fabrication, work on cars, you know, music and shit. Yeah. So Floyd used to do that.
Took it and now he made his own business.
Opened his own business.
And started getting the game.
Yeah.
And man, bro, because you know Floyd, he ain't coming on no podcast, so I got about, man, who was one of the first cars he put together that y'all seen?
Toast? What you might like the trunks?
Quincy, yeah. I'm talking about when it started being complete. We gonna just say, I'm sorry, that hole in there where you didn't have no paint and swangers, that's cool, but we gotta go. Let's start at this holding, man.
Yeah.
When cars start holding, keep babbing coming down in the Astro, I'm talking about holding, man.
Yeah. You had to be complete. Like, you know what I mean? Like coming funny, you were gonna be funny.
Yeah,
you
they
feel
gonna
what
make
I'm saying?
You go park it.
Yeah, you know what I mean? And the thing is like, it was competitive.
Yeah. Thanks.
It was competitive. You know what I'm saying? Because, and then it was this, right? And so what we call negative energy or hating, we knew it, but we was just saying, oh, you know, that nigga sick. You know what I'm saying? But we call it hating now.
Yeah.
But we knew this nigga was sick. He was jealous.
Yeah.
He was green with envy.
That's a different meaning. That go one of them.
You feel what I'm saying? Yeah.
You say sick now, you're like that boy. The
so
truth.
when you pull out, you can see it on their face.
They were sick.
They don't know how to accept it. And you know what I mean? Like, damn, that bitch nasty. You know what I'm saying? And that's the whole thing. So you don't want to come out the paint and got your car without the rims on it. You feel me? I don't want to come out and bring my car out and I just got the paint and I don't have the music. So for us, it was a thing. You know what I'm saying? When you bring your car out, you gonna bring that whole out complete.
Facts.
When I bring it out, when I sit it out there, it's gonna be complete.
Maybe it's gonna be put together.
It's gonna be put together.
And when you say that, what's some of the earlier ones that was in them 80s and early 90s coming to it, before Blunt started terrorizing the scene? What was an early Quincy car, Toast car like?
see, like, so Blunt, Blunt pretty much came after.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Our little era. So the thing was so like Quincy, I don't know if you remember, Quincy had the Riviera.
Mm-hmm.
Quincy had the Riviera. Quincy had the Porsche. He had bought the Porsche from Floyd.
Was that Robert Iron Porsche? Who was that?
Robert Honor had the Benz.
Okay.
Yeah, you remember Robert Honor? Robert Honor had the Benz. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Man.
So then Toast ended up getting the Cutlass. You know what I'm saying? I had a Sedan DeVille. Poochie was in state school. But when Poochie came out, Poochie had I think that was a Regal he had. It was a Regal.
Yeah, state school.
Classic. Yeah. I think when he came out, You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So
I just say all one of them young men did that, man.
You went to state school?
What, man, come home.
Yeah.
I'm saying in the era being that young, riding foreign, doing something extraordinary, because you got to remember, state school, we 15, 16 years old.
Yeah, exactly.
Man. They ain't got a driver's license yet. They holding.
Right.
That was a thing, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So we all kind of got in the game like really early. So you already know with my brother.
Come on now.
He was on a whole nother level on some whole other shit because he came in under some whole different cats in Sunnyside. Like all of them old, you know what I mean? Mr. Calvin, all them guys, they was already in the, you know what I'm saying? Mr. Cab, them.
Come on,
you know what I'm saying? So
Blind Man in Sunnyside.
You feel what I'm saying?
Rhonda Daddy.
Yeah.
I mean, not Rhonda, what you call the daddy? Man, right there, Sunnyside, man. Come on, man. Blind Man Mike. I want to say Blind Mike or something.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. The one who helped Burley and them get to they.
Right, exactly.
Like you said, when no plugs into the old schools start putting you with the plugs.
You feel what I'm saying?
You had to have an old heroin plug or something, and then they start flipping the game.
Exactly. You feel what I'm saying?
Very limited.
The thing is for like us, so we understood like this here. So when it came to paint, before the candy, it was the straight paint. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? A lot of, boys was rolling the champagne, you know what I'm saying, with the burgundy rag. So we understood that the candy is like the most expensive and the highest
paint
color code you can get. And so that was our thing, that's the reason why we elected to go with different variations of candy on our cars. None of our cars was the same color.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
Now everybody got the slab lines with one color. That was the thing, though. It was about being different back then.
That ain't player.
Individuality. You had to be. I think it came from really trying to emulate what you're seeing going around. Could say like one person.
Right.
That was his color. Derek Hines was
mustard
gold.
Right.
That was him.
That was him.
Keith Babbitt, Champagne, Burgundy Rag. That was him.
Yeah, we was red. Botany was black. You feel me?
Black.
Right.
And I'm talking about, what was it? Sugar Valley Blue.
Sugar Valley Blue. You feel me? Right. Exactly.
Third Ward Red.
Exactly.
That
exactly.
Was, and then I think what they seen was the individuals, and then start making it a whole South. Because really, I'm gonna tell you though, them Southwest boys, Southwest Gorillas.
Oh, you talking about Pat? Yeah. That's
when they start pulling this later after us, but to say what we at now, seeing them in them single files with all them different machines, it started like, okay, well, that's South Side.
Right.
And then now this North Side Blue,
Right.
Nah, we was all different colors.
Yeah. All our cars was different colors. My car was brandy wine. Toast car was brickyard red. Quincy, I think Quincy drop was brickyard red. Bubble car was sunset red. You know what I mean? It was like different reds.
Come on, man.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, everybody had a different red, different way he did it. Ike wouldn't do your shit a certain way. If you tell him, hey, man, throw this color away after you finish, that's it. He done with it.
Trev car was wineberry.
Yeah.
His car was wineberry.
Man, wineberry overdose.
His car
Stick. He had some mean machines
Yeah. Stick and then Blunt, you know what I'm saying? And but it was all different colors of reds. You feel what I'm saying? It was all different colors of reds.
Cause I think Blunt was he was red over silver. I think that was his. It might have been red over. I don't know. I don't want to give his shit away because you know him. He funny about it, boy.
Yeah,
but we know what you were doing, Blunt. Is either apple over silver or it was the apple over
apple
gold.
over
It might
silver.
be apple
You know
over
who
gold.
called was apple over silver? Gary Newell.
Damn, man, boy.
Gary
you
Newell.
calling them names
Yeah,
right
Gary.
now, boy.
You remember
I'm
Gary
talking about,
Newell?
yes, indeed.
Gary
man.
Newell
Come
with the light green apple over silver.
Yeah, over silver.
Yeah.
Cause you got me. I was
He was
finna
the
say
first
Lynn.
one
I was
that-
finna say
yeah.
Lynn, cause didn't Lynn have apple candy green something?
Nah, I can't
He ain't
remember.
never had nothing
Yeah,
green.
I think so.
Cause I know
can't
Lynn,
remember.
Corey bought something from Lynn. I don't know what one of them farms.
He probably did.
Might have
but
been that first 190. Cause
Yeah.
you know that 190 was the truth back
Yeah,
then.
I think that 190, if I ain't mistaken, it was like a turquoise or something.
Yes. I'm
Yeah,
telling you, it was
yeah,
like
yeah,
something
yeah.
Like
It was
that,
like a
man.
turquoise or something,
You
yeah.
know, Lynn was one of them quiet monsters.
Yeah,
like
Lynn was
Berlin,
Lynn, you know,
what
yeah,
I mean?
you know,
You
Lynn.
got them quiet monsters.
Yeah,
on the
yeah,
south
yeah,
side,
yeah, yeah,
man.
yeah.
We wasn't playing no
Yeah,
games, man.
yeah, Lynn, yeah.
But I'm looking forward to, man, really putting like a series together, and I'm gonna need your help, bro. That's why I really, really wanted you to come, and we can't sit down and have everything in one conversation because I want to get it to where we talk about how Power got the series going on.
Yeah.
Where they talking like we got South Side players and then we go North Side players.
Right.
And then we go from neighborhood to neighborhood, getting everybody their flowers and they, you know what I mean?
Right,
and
right.
what happened so the world can know what they came from, man. This is
Right.
what you came from, bro.
Right. Yeah, without a doubt, because you know when I guess you know when it you know when you talk about Houston culture, it's like a melting pot of you know of contributions, right? Because let's just say without Lil J, you know what I'm saying, we don't the Scarface thing, you know, or maybe that don't happen. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? But because I do know Face was messing with Troy and that. But that went sideways or whatever. But Lil J, you know, what is his contribution and what he did for Houston and hip hop in Houston, you know what I mean? It's like, you can't really be mad because if you go to a nigga with ass,
You gonna get ass.
you got to give up some ass.
How many times you heard me say that?
You feel what I'm
I
saying?
say it all the time.
Yeah,
man,
so
he's straight as it go. You come on your knees, what you trying to get up for?
Yeah, you feel me? Like,
Yeah,
so
old school gangster
it's
rules.
business. It's business, right?
Business.
So if you come and we business and we say, we're gonna put some money in, we're gonna put some money together, and we're gonna put this record out, and you come to me and you ain't got no money, no investment.
Gotta get something back, bro.
Okay, well
I
that's
put my money up. I gotta get something back,
the nature
Jack.
of the beast. But so you really, you know, I guess when you thinking, you need to be thinking about life after. You know what I'm saying? Stacking your bread, and when it's time for you to make your play and bust your move, you have to be thinking about that.
Because that's what I was gonna say. Is it anything you could tell some of these youngsters that are preparing? Because we never knew that. We knew it was a stepping stool to get out, but like, get your money, bro. Figure out something else. Don't just think this the end game, man.
Yeah, yeah.
It's something you could. What you got for them, man?
Well, yeah, but the thing is like, so information is power, right? And, you know, so information is game. And so when you see people out here, you see this dude, he's a real estate baron. You know what I'm saying? You might see one dude, he got a little stretch of land and he got him some cattle on it or you know what I mean? Or he wholesaling fertilizer. You got some dudes that wholesale different dirt for different, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. All those are different games.
Come on now.
You feel me? And so you have to figure out which game that you feel like you'll be comfortable in. I don't care if it's selling corn, chickens. You know how much money people make off of raising chickens? Think about how many people eat chicken.
Come on, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
Come on,
so you
man.
gotta
Just
figure
thinking.
out.
Yeah,
you gotta
just
be
using your brain.
Yeah, okay, yeah. Look at what other game can I play that where I know I can make big and make the kind of money that I want to make. You feel what I'm saying? So you have to just be looking at it, and you have to look at the different options because there's so many options. Mm-hmm. But you got to just look and see where you play. Man, you know how many people, they make so much money off of just buying parking lots downtown.
I know, and you never think about it because you think about you go to the game, you got to pay to park. That ain't got nothing to do with everything else you can. You go to the club, you got to pay. That ain't got nothing to do with the bankroll you brought to go throw in the club. But you
Right.
got to get these people. You want your car not to get broke in, it's 100. You want your car to get broke in, it's 20.
Right. So you got to
Basically.
look at it like this here. You got to look at it like this here,
Basically.
Mike. In our world, knowledge and information is game. You feel me? And that's how young people have to look at this. Like knowledge and information is game. You know what I'm saying? And so the thing is if I have knowledge and information and you don't, I have an intellectual advantage over you.
Come on now. It ain't gonna be too long before I walk whatever you
feel
think
me?
you got down.
Okay,
I'ma walk
now
it down.
I got you 2 levels beneath me.
Mm-hmm.
You feel me? You can't do nothing but follow me because you don't know what I know. The only way you know is if I'm gonna teach you the game, or if I'm gonna give you this knowledge and this information to help you get on my level. And so that's what young people have to realize. Knowledge and information is game.
Do you think that's the problem with our community? Is not, trying enough to spread this game that we giving right now. We don't do this enough. You think that's the problem why we stagnated in our position in life?
No doubt, without a doubt. You know what I'm saying? Some people
We make the most money. We generate the most money. We the most talented, but yet we the last in line when it come to
yeah.
you know what I mean?
Right.
Knowledge and
you know what I'm saying?
financial knowledge. You
Right.
know?
So the thing is like, if you come up with an idea and you don't know how to facilitate the idea, but you go to somebody, let's just say a white guy, a Jew come along, and he knows how to put the structure and facilitate the idea. But he gonna take the long end and he gonna give you the short end because you don't know how to structure and facilitate
You
the
don't know
idea.
what's going on.
You feel what I'm saying? And so really, what a lot of people have to understand, that's like a handicap. And that's why you keep losing, because you're going into these negotiations and shit and you're not prepared mentally.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? Facts. So that's a handicap. Like when you don't have,
handicap.
you know what I'm saying? If you don't have knowledge and information and game going into a negotiation, you like a deer caught in headlights.
You in last place.
You
big
in the
dog.
blind, man.
You in last place.
You totally in the blind. So, that's mandatory, man. Nigga, that's why I always say, so everybody start, delegate their time and their day different, right? So if you get up every morning and you jump on the video game and you play on the video game till about 2 o'clock, you strolling on Instagram, looking at hoes, you know what I'm saying? Different shit like that. Now, most of your day, they've been spent bullshitting, smoking weed, right? So how much information did you intake that day that could help you sharpen your game and increase your position in life?
That's why you don't even see people reading books no more. They go to jail, get smart, and then they come right out here in the smartphone and made us all dumb, man.
You feel me?
Man, what happened to Toast, man?
Man, I tell you like this here, man.
What's the real deal, man? I done heard all kind of stories. I was alive at that time. I was, man, very well, but has anybody found out what really happened? Did the girl set him up, or what happened, bro?
The girl couldn't have set him up.
She
got
died.
killed too.
Yeah. Well, they say that they backdoored her or whatever.
So we kind of find out that, I just tell you like this here, man. This thing, right? In life, you got to choose your friends wisely, man. That's all I can tell you. You know what I'm saying? People that you have around you, you know what I mean? You have to be very selective about the people who you really call your friend. You feel what I'm saying? You can meet people day to day. You meet people every day, but is is that really your friend? You feel what I'm saying? That's a whole nother level. People, you can associate with people all the time. That's cool.
Is it your friend?
You feel what I'm saying? It's like that, man. And so you cannot walk around, you know, in life, thinking that just because somebody around you and they cheering you and woo 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 woo, you know what I mean, and thinking that everybody ain't your friend like that.
They plotting.
They plotting.
They sitting back, they waiting, and he was a young fly one because. What you think? But he'd be woo right now. Wait, man. That's like we say, man. I wish Fat Pat was here to do this in the rap game. Man, how you think Toast would be? I know he'd be older like us now, but just think about the time and who he was. He was that guy, man. At our age, I'm talking about, man, for the youngsters. Man, that was him, man. I think he would have been right. I think when they say Corey Blunt, I think they would have said Toast.
Well, yeah, I mean the people who
you
know,
feel me?
the people who really know,
that nigga used to be holy.
They know Toast, right? The people who really know, because Toast was the first nigga to put the belts on the trunk.
Come on, man.
And the trunk, you know what I mean, and the spare on the trunk, and that whole shit. You know what I'm saying? Actually,
that Slab got to be a different.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. The thing is right. When Toast bought that Slab back, he asked me, did I think he should take the spare off the trunk? I said, hell no. And then he said,
it was in now.
Yeah, you know
that's how they came.
That's how it came. And so
did all of them come like that, or just some of them?
No, just some of them.
Like the special ones,
yeah,
the
just
presidential edition.
Yeah, that type of, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, and then Toast was like, I'm gonna get I'm gonna see if I can put an elbow in the wheel. You know what I'm saying? I was like, nah, bitch, you put that elbow in that wheel, you gonna kill something. And so Toast went got the elbow cut and put the elbow in the you know what I mean? It was the first time.
So he was the first one did.
He was the first one did that.
Come on, man.
Square
Shout out Toast, man.
Yes, he was the
real,
first one
man.
did that. Yeah, square
man. Man, I used to see that young nigga holding, bro. I'm coming down. I'm in the Benz one day. We in front of Word.
Yeah.
And that nigga hit that corner. He was in that Grand Prix, though.
Yeah.
That bitch sat up high on them things,
Yeah.
man. Hey, man, that boy hit that light. And that boy started circling that light right there at what that is, Belford and where you know where Word in that right there.
You talk about right there on Reed Road and
Reed and what is that? The cross street right
Scott.
there. Scott.
Yeah, Reed and Scott.
Man, bro,
Yeah.
that boy sat there and made everybody sit at that light while he played with that motherfucker, and then he did some shit like this here. He raised that trunk up on him.
Yeah.
That was the first time I seen that pop trunk go crazy, man.
Yeah.
Man, he wasn't sitting low like the normal Slab. You know
Right.
about? Man, that nigga was sitting up high. That nigga opened that trunk up. I said, oh, yeah, I'm finna, tomorrow I'm going to buy me a Slab. Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Boy, I don't understand. You go to sleep dreaming about that Slab, bro.
Yeah, no, that's it. No, that was it was a movie. Like if I could take the images and the shit that I seen in my life and put them on film, it'll blow people's mind, man.
Facts.
You feel me?
And you know we can't get out of here without talking about my baby darling, man.
Yeah, you know, so.
Yeah, that Slab the truth, man. But see, like in Bro, another one, I believe he could have been with the power Darling had. I swear he could be one of the ones that had a Lil J effect on this South Side. Because y'all had started the record. Come talk to us about that, man. Was that was after Street Military though, right?
Yeah, that was after Street Military.
All right,
yeah, that was after Street Military. I remember when Keith Babbitt started Street Military. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, Darling, you know, we was doing Lowdown, and so Darling, you know, it was just right there on a silver platter form. Because you got to think, you know, back then, you know, we was all hanging together, you know, Face had blew up.
I think Face had been on y'all shit
Face
too,
was, you know, they was all down. You got to think, Mello, you know, so Mello was down, and Mello was 10 toes down, you know what I'm saying? And Big Mike and 3-2, you feel me? Man. You got to realize,
Big Mello.
Big Mike.
Big Mike.
3-2.
3 deuce. You
Face.
got face.
Yeah.
No, I'm coming in there.
Yeah.
All that going on right there. Too low, and he was a baby.
Yeah, he was. You know what I'm saying?
Bro, you got a different rap game right now.
It would be.
Fat Pat, but you gotta think, this a different rap game with these individuals we talking about.
Right, but that go back to like, I'm gonna tell you something. This some heavy shit. Think if Screw would have had the CEO mind and signed everybody.
Yeah, we talk about
Think about
that,
what
bro.
that would have looked like too. You feel me? But I think about all that, you know what I mean? And I think about like dialing.
It would have happened.
But to be honest with you, dialing would have had a part of that.
Thank you.
You got to realize, because you know, Screw was the DJ for the SA FOOLZ.
Thank you.
You feel what I'm saying? Dialing would have had a part of that.
That's what I'm saying. It's a different
A lot of people don't know. You know what I'm saying? Because you know, like
you got on the Screw tapes. Look at the Screw tape. If you don't know what we're talking about, look at an original Screw tape online, and you gonna see his phone number, and then you gonna see
FOOLZ on the Screw tape.
SA FOOLZ.
Exactly. Yeah, square business. Yeah. So
yeah.
Yeah. So that
was
the deal.
all our DJ too, though.
Yeah, he was all our
He's
DJ.
my best friend too.
Yeah. No.
Nah, he's my best
man,
friend.
Screw. A lot of people don't know. Screw was a down ass nigga, my
Too
nigga.
real, man.
Nah, he was a down ass
Too
nigga.
real, man.
Like, you feel me?
June 27 approaches, and it's like, bruh, every year for him to get bigger than he was last year, let you know.
Yeah.
He gets bigger every year. It's crazy because each year a different generation is learning about Robert Earl Davis, man.
What Screw is to Houston is what Grandmaster Flash is to New York.
Come on, man.
You feel what I'm saying?
The Godfather of Houston, man. The truth.
Yeah.
The truth.
So,
Robert Earl Davis, anything.
I'm gonna tell you something.
Keep that man.
I'll tell you somebody
Don't forget
else.
about Pimp would have been down there
You
with
feel
y'all
me?
too.
Pimp would have been
Come
over there
on,
with
man.
us too. You
Pimp,
feel me?
hey,
You feel me?
man.
Think about
the way it went.
Yeah, because the thing is, when we did the first 3 in the morning, we were messing with Pimp them when he was over there with Russ on
Thank
Big
you.
Time.
Thank
You feel me? Like a lot of people don't know this history.
you. Yes.
Like nigga, I would have been on that Ghetto Dreams album with y'all if I wouldn't have went to jail.
No.
You feel what I'm saying?
They don't know that
Them niggas don't know that
I'm
part.
telling
You feel me?
I think you got it worse than me because you went to jail at the beginning of the shit.
I went to
you
jail,
missed that part.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah.
that's the only thing. I just went. I like to go to jail when the song get hot, and then I ain't gonna be out here and go. I don't wanna make no money, man. What the hell? I need to go to jail.
Yeah.
I couldn't stay up out there, motherfucker.
Yeah.
But you look at it too. I'm gonna show you another, and we can get out of here. I ain't gonna hold y'all all night, man. But look, Verlin would have did that motherfucking record company what Troy had. That motherfucker.
I think Berlin Joe did was.
He got it after Troy, right?
Yeah.
If they wouldn't have got shut down, because, you know, bro had just passed right then.
Right.
So we still had another bite at the apple when Verlin bought that motherfucker from Troy.
Yeah.
So, and you remember that lot of the feds hit all them.
Yeah,
right
that's right.
before
Gary
that.
D was fucking with the music too. Show was,
Yeah, but that was after that.
Right.
See, he didn't do that till I dropped Laugh Text. Gary D seen me do it, and he like, oh shit, I'm throwing that motherfucker, you know, that motherfucker.
Right,
down.
so he won't jump down, right.
So he jumped down after that, but Verlin had bought that motherfucker, man. And if them feds wouldn't have hit them at that time, he was about to recruit everybody, because everybody was going to go. Every name we just said would have levitated right there.
Right.
Been right back on Scott and Liddy.
You
man.
feel
That's crazy.
That's crazy. You feel me? But I'm gonna say this here, man, and you know, the thing is like sometimes, you know, blessings be right under your nose, right? And so the thing is like people in Houston and artists, you know, they can't take what D Solo do for granted.
It better not.
You feel what I'm saying? Because D Solo is like the audio-visual version of Screw.
I just told him the other day. He told me I seen him the other day, huh?
Yeah.
And then when we do that, I never could not do that right there and don't say rest in peace to my baby, man.
Yeah.
Pam, man.
Yeah, you feel me? Yeah, Pam.
They mama more gangster than half you niggas. She been having a tax office since tax offices was tax offices.
Yeah, we used to be but way back in the game, you know what I'm saying? Because Toast used to mess with Rhonda.
Come on,
and
man.
you know, all Demaris, Sybil, and all.
Stacy,
Pam,
nigga, the whole clique, them were my best friends.
Right.
Nigga, I'm over there with them like, but that's how I know about all y'all. Man, Robert used to mess with Demaris.
You feel me?
Stacy or one of them. I used to be jealous because y'all got all these slabs. I'm coming.
Yeah.
But see, it's messed up because, you know, you see puppies in jail, but these OG niggas used to come through the high school in them slabs, nigga, and pick our bitches up. These type niggas. They come through that school. We still in high school, man. These boys coming through, man, getting the yellow bones from Mo City. And Willow Ridge. And scooping them up and getting on with them, man. I'm talking about. So we got to sit back and wait. Such and such paying for the house. Such and such doing this here, man. The game used to be serious back then,
the game was crazy.
It wasn't tricking if you got it, boy. But you get one of these niggas, guy, I think you finna drill on the side. You got a hard job ahead of you, man. These niggas getting these bitches making so much money. They get these bitches whatever they want. You can have whatever you want.
that 4TI, you can have whatever you like,
Man, I'm talking about, man, it was, and it definitely wasn't tricking because the motherfuckers damn sure had it.
Well, you know, that's the thing about it, you know, is like, if you got it, you're going to spread the love.
Like you say, when you say blessing, get a blessing, gotta be a blessing.
Because, you know, we was the type of, we the type of cats that if we got a partner and nigga, you know, you got bread, nigga, buy you, put you some rim, buy you, go give you some.
I did 3-2 like that.
You feel what I'm saying?
We went to the Rolos and I bought the blaze.
So if I do that for my partners, what you think I wouldn't do for female?
I'm gonna make, cause see, my whole justification back then used to be, I'm gonna make it rough for you, try to run up on mine. She might ain't gonna look at you, bro.
You ain't got no action.
You ain't got no action? Man, she looking up her, she got a bankroll like yours, and I'm telling you, leave her alone.
You feel me?
She don't want you, I promise you. Hey, I'm telling you, we gonna give you a hard job, man. And she, if you do crack, you gonna get you something worth it. Cause we make real women after we get them.
We gonna get all the info, all the 411. You feel me? So, I ain't gonna lie, man. That was just a whole nother. The memories and the, you know, like if we did a movie, man.
It's no way to do the movie though. We gotta do a series, bro. It's too much. Even now, when we leave tonight, motherfucker gonna be like, man, y'all ain't say this, y'all ain't. That's why I told Five, so you know we got to make this a 2-part because they gonna cuss us out. Everything we saying, they gonna,
because you got, like I can't.
We send out enough time. We can't do it in 60 minutes,
it's
bro.
Impossible.
Or 2 hours for a movie.
It's impossible. All of the people, the names.
Man, we wouldn't do nothing but start a ride. They South Walker say old niggas couldn't dress, boy. The whole up there, everybody went crazy.
You know, Walt fucked me up, man.
See what I'm saying? Look, Five.
Walt, what you doing? What you talking about? What you doing? You up there talking from them New York niggas like that, man?
But see, here go the thing, though. He wasn't even talking. He came on mine and did that, but he wasn't even talking about our era. He was talking about the one right for him. But he don't be like, you got to be specific when you saying what you're saying, like, you know.
Because you know one thing about it, like, it all go hand in hand with us.
Right.
You feel me? The slab and the dress.
Oh yeah. Man,
you feel me?
This nigga Aaron, before him, silk shirt, leather pants. The nigga's clean in the cloud.
Come on, man. You remember them leather pants with the Adidas form?
Stop it, man.
Oh, shout out to Lil Mud, man.
Oh, yeah, Lil Mud used to do.
You feel me? Come on, man. Shout out to Muddy. So you got to think.
Boys had Versace shirts before Biggie said it.
Before Biggie was even talking about Versace shirts.
I'm going to put the pictures in here right now.
Yeah. Come on, man.
I'm younger than that nigga, so just imagine what they was doing. But I think ramps.
I think Walk was talking about. I think he was talking about the rappers.
Oh, for sure.
He was talking about the rappers. He wasn't talking about the street cats. And that's where I got it twisted. That I was like, man, Walk, you out your mind, really? So it was like
that was for the rappers. That was for specific rappers. You know, he's very captivating. every time I try to play him for crazy, slow, or dumb, he make me eat them words because he's smart, bro. Don't you underestimate that little motherfucker. He's smart, boy.
Walk was always intelligent.
He ahead his time.
No, he's very, very intelligent. You know what I'm saying?
He just ain't got here yet.
Yeah. But you know, one thing about it, like that's a nigga that's real important to you know, changing some of the dynamics in Houston. You know what I mean? It's just having him in that space where
in the lead that he in.
Right. Yeah, getting him in that head space to where
he can lead like he properly lead.
Properly lead. Yeah. You feel me?
He do a great job.
I give you a prime example, right? Tupac really was a second generational revolutionary. You feel me? Tupac really was a second generational revolutionary. He really wasn't supposed to get caught up in Crip and Blood gang life. But with the wrong leadership and shit, you know what I'm saying, you get caught up in the wrong shit instead of you feel what I'm saying? Instead of, nigga, what your purpose was, nigga, you second generation.
Yeah.
You feel me? So the wrong leadership, and nigga, yeah, you in the wrong headspace, man, you'll miss the mark.
I'm telling you, get derailed like a motherfucker.
Get derailed like a motherfucker.
Man, we do it all the time. Five had to put me back on track. He'd be like, and that's what I love about him. He know how to do it in a way and be like, okay, well, we done been now 2, 3, so let's get here. Cause when the bullshit happens, it just happens. So I might have to get 2, 3 rebuttals on the bullshit and then we move along because that's not what we here for. This is strictly for the history, strictly educational purposes only.
Right.
You know what I mean? But we have to be entertaining at the same time. You know what I mean? Yeah. So, you know, we God willing, though, it stay on track. Well, that's why I'm glad you came to fuck with me. And we need you back, man. And we definitely got to put together this damn docuseries.
Yeah. Well, you like, we'll have to sit down and talk with D Solo because he already talked to me about it.
He in.
Yeah.
No, he's in. You know, he moving under the roof and everything.
Right,
we finna take this thing like
you
this.
know,
I can let him know now.
Yeah, that's the whole thing.
Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. That's the whole thing. We can't do it without. He got it.
Yeah.
And that's our brother.
Yeah.
Man, this shit finna be unstoppable, bro.
Yeah. Because, you know...
why you think I called you? Because we talking about you.
Yeah. Nah, it's all coming together. You know what I'm saying?
It's
you feel me? And then, you know, Kerry, like you say, Kerry, that's my brother, that's your brother. That's it's common denominators.
Come on, without Kerry, nigga wouldn't have the microphones you see.
Yeah.
Cameras you looking at.
Right.
And man, I'm talking about, man, it's just, but that's my brother though. Mm-hmm. So you know what I mean, like, and we got to take this thing the way it's supposed to go. Yeah, man. Now it's our turn.
Well, you know,
let's go.
We've been blessed. It's like having a new lease on life. You feel me? We've been blessed to still be able to do this, but now we're wiser now.
Yeah.
And so the mistakes we made in the past, we can't make them. We got to be smart about how we handle, like you say, paperwork, facilitating shit, and doing shit and having a proper order to it, and like you say, getting the long end and reaping, you know, the big end on the benefits.
We ain't just doing shit no more. Just doing it just to
and
be
somebody
doing
else
we
getting all
freestyled already. Yeah, exactly.
Because it's a lot of things that I see that me and you'll chop it up about.
That's right.
And you know what I'm saying?
And get to it.
That have to be addressed. Like on some real player shit, you know.
And get to it.
You feel what I'm saying?
That's what I like about this era right here. Once you say what it is and do what it is, it's digital money. Your money go to you. His money go to him. His money go to him.
Right.
And his money go to him, and we can just be friends.
You
the
feel
paperwork and the money go that way. We don't even have to fall out about no money.
You feel what I'm saying?
Because once we say, hey, I did this, you did that, he did that, okay, boom, it's on paper.
It's already in stone. And everybody
ain't no one motherfucker get the check
and go to an appropriate place.
What we gonna do?
Yeah, exactly.
We gonna put that shit in the appropriate accounts in the perfect place.
You
so
feel
we
what
can be friends.
You feel what I'm saying?
And go on with our old life and fly around the world.
Yeah.
I ain't mad, so I'm gonna fuck this shit out of a bunch of young bitches. Yeah, hit me, man. Yeah, man.
You already got it on your mind.
I got it on my mind, man. I'm telling you, I'm going out like them boys, man. Freaky Mike.
So that's one thing about it. You know, that's one thing I cut for about it. You know, niggas like Five and Kerry, you know, motherfuckers like that, like motherfuckers who believe in what you're doing.
Thank you.
You feel me? Believe in you and believe in what you're doing enough to actually, you feel
put
me?
Put their time and money
Put their time and money into
it. Put their money, their heart into it. They love you.
Believe in you. So
they love you.
Like, yeah, so, you know, it's just understanding that, and nigga ain't gonna,
we can't
let
lose.
them, you feel me?
We can't lose, man. Well, I sure look forward to having some more conversations with you, man. I love it, man. You know, we breaking ice right now, man. You know, I see you moving, man. Just know, man, and I appreciate you even like giving us the time to break this shit down, man.
God is the greatest, man. You know, we just kind of missed each other a couple of times, and you know, but like you said, you know, it wasn't nothing but the pie getting sweeter.
That's it.
You feel me?
The pie
was just getting sweeter.
Hey.
You feel me?
The mother tell me, hey man, I missed you a few times. I ain't tripping. See, nigga, we cut a motherfucker off just to re-put you back in because you was in there. So we not going nowhere, man. And we just gonna get better and we gonna get, you know, stronger and stay positive, man. And try not to holler. It's not about me. This our shit.
Nah, still sharp and steel.
Yeah, it's all our shit.
Still sharp and steel, man. You feel me? You gonna sharpen my game, I'm gonna sharpen your game. We both gonna, you know, like you say, we gonna benefit from each other.
Let's get it, baby.
You feel what I'm saying?
You know what it is,
man. Shout out to Warren Leash and whoever else. Man, shout out to my boy RIPDA. You know what I mean? Because like you say,
you know, forgetting about
you know, people, you know, people, the thing is like you say, when we had these conversations, and if it ain't on our mind and we don't say certain things, people take it the wrong way. But
I promise, man, we love all y'all, man. You know what it is. It's a South Side, North Side, H-Town thing.
Come
man.
on,
Charlie
baby.
Frank's in the building. Nigga, it might be. We out of here. Yeah.